Can y'all hear me? Is it clear? Can y'all hear me? Is it clear? Throw up, Christian, thank you. It seems better. Thank you. I hope so. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the weather. Let's just go with it. It's the weather. That sounds good. It's the weather. Okay. So here's an update. I'll start over for those that didn't understand me, or maybe I missed something. The other day, I gave you all a live video concerning an incident that happened at the Bryant Junior High School with the cheerleaders. So I learned on last Thursday, which would be January 26, 2023, I learned from my daughter that her picture, along with 3 other students, had been texted out to a complete stranger. Like, they don't know who he is, where he is, what he looks like. We don't have any details. We were told that his name is Colton and lives in Louisiana. That is what we were told, okay? I got to the school right as school was dismissing, maybe about 15 minutes before dismissal, and I spoke with the assistant principal there, and she assured me that they were doing an investigation, and they had already kind of sort of looked at a few things, then saw that there was a cell phone being passed around amongst 5 students, one cell phone amongst 5 students being passed around. Somewhere, somehow, these girls thought that this was funny to send a picture of my daughter and others, 3 others, African American girls, from what I was told. The 4 students, possibly 5, are non-African American students. These girls sent a picture, and in this picture, and I always get choked up when I get to this part because it's just unbelievable to know that 13 and 14-year-olds speak, talk, text, things like this. I'm not naive by far, but to know that things like this are being done and said, it hurts. But these girls decided to add under my daughter's picture to this complete stranger. They put, "Come and get some of this black girl pussy." Now, I don't know how y'all feel about that sentence, but it makes me real angry. It makes me real angry. It breaks my heart for these girls. Their innocence could have possibly just been taken away. Possibly just been taken away. They could have been kidnapped. They could have been abducted. I didn't find out till Thursday. This has been happening since Tuesday. This text message with this man has been happening since Tuesday. Okay? So that was Friday. That was Thursday that I talked to the principal. She told me to give her till Friday. All day Friday went. I didn't bother. I didn't harass. I gave her the opportunity to do her investigation because that's what she asked, and I wanted to be fair. I wanted to be fair. I'm not looking for anything else but fairness. So lunchtime came. I didn't hear anything from her. 2:00 came. I didn't hear from her. Bryant Junior High School gets out at 3:13. It was like about 3:30 when my husband and I got a call from her. When we got the call from the assistant principal of Bryant Junior High School, she said it was handled. Now, I don't know what "it's handled" means. She said that she was limited on what she could give me. She couldn't tell me what the punishment for the students was. She couldn't tell me what each student did, how much they were involved. She couldn't tell me anything. Like, only thing she could tell me was it was handled. I said, okay, it's handled. All right. So my husband asked, is the school resource officer involved? Yes, he is, but he's not in my office right now. I could try to find him. Okay, well, my husband then asked if he could, FOI, their information for the students. I'm not sure about that. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's her reply. This is her replying. Okay, so out of nowhere, the officer appears on the phone on speaker. And once the officer gets on the phone, he knows that my husband is an officer, and he wants to change his lingo now to, oh, brother this, and this is just going to be an informational report. It didn't meet the three, forgive me if I can't remember all of the terms, but he said it didn't meet the three points that is needed to make an arrest or go further than what they did. It didn't meet the 3 points. My husband asked him to tell me what the 3 points are. He began to fumble and decided that he wanted to, let me try to bring it up. Let me bring up the statute. It's pretty long. He starts to read my husband the statute. My husband says, I don't want you to read me the statute. I want you to tell me what the 3 points is. He says, number one, before I give you what he said him and several Bryant police officers looked over the information of the investigation that they had, and they all felt the same, that it did not meet the 3 points to make an arrest or to press charges or do anything of the nature. They said, come and get some of this black girl pussy. But it didn't meet. Okay. So point one is what he gave us. He said, it has to be a photo of harassing with a harassment intent. They sent a photo to a complete stranger. Is that not point one? Point two, he says, it has to be vulgar language or what did I just tell y'all he said? It said the girls put on up under my daughter's picture. That's vulgar language. My husband then says, stop, just stop. Just give me the report. He says, it's just going to be an informational report, sir. He says, not going to be much in it. A lot of the things will be redacted. Will be redacted. You won't get much. Okay. My husband said, just give me the report. I'll move from there. Now, this was Friday. Before the end of this call, he said, we have your wife's email address. I will send you an email with my contact information, and we'll move from there and get this report filed. It may be ready for you to pick up once it's approved. It may be ready for you to pick up maybe Monday, the latest Tuesday. Friday went, checked my email. I didn't get anything. Saturday, nothing. Sunday, nothing. Monday, when I dropped my daughter off at school, I decided to just, hey, let me pop in. Let's make sure that they got the right email address, which I already know they do. They text things, send email things all the time. Let's make sure they got the right email address. So I go in. They had to track him down. He comes, and he's stirring a cup of his coffee. And I said, yes, I told him who I was, and I was wondering about the report. I said, yes, sir, I was looking for the report number or, get the report from you. You said that you were going to email me some information for my husband. I didn't say that. Ma'am, I'm just trying to get my coffee started for the day. I took a look around because you know what they wanted me to be, right? They wanted me to be the angry black woman. You ain't gonna get it. I went on over what he said, and I said, well, sir, do you plan on working on this today? Yeah, sometime today I'll get to it. That was at 7:30 Monday morning. I didn't get the police report until almost 3 o'clock Monday, almost the end of school day. The police department was closed. And with the weather, where you get your records from, that department is closed as well and has been since then. So we can't get the police report. We don't know how he wrote this up. So that is that update from there. Okay? So we're moving right along, and some of you just leaving comments. I'm going to read them, but I want to say what I need to say first. All weekend, my daughter, and I'm sure these other cheerleaders, have had to live in total fear. And when I say total fear, I mean fear. They are afraid. At least I know my daughter. She can't sleep. She's barely eating. She hardly wants to talk. And if you know her, If you really know her, then you know she's a social butterfly. You know she has a heart of gold. She goes above and beyond. Sometimes I'm like, whose child are you? Because she is so good to everyone. It doesn't matter your color. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't matter. She loves people. Okay? That is the type of person that she is. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't. But to see her walking around now, I just don't know where we're going to wind up at. I took her to the doctor on Friday. They start her with counseling classes counseling sessions, this coming up week. A little bit of medication to start her out on, because she needs to be able to focus. She can't focus. She can't think. We've gotten so much in our inboxes about how sweet and wonderful she is. I can't stress that enough. And I've reached out to all of the news stations. And sadly, not any bites. I get a bite from KARK 4 and 16 on Monday. Yes, I had y'all, because there was a lot going on. Y'all help me here. I got this call on Monday. So the person said that, they would like to interview me Wednesday around 3:30, and that was before the school had announced that they would be closed. And I agreed. I just told them that my daughter gets out at 3:13, but we will work it out. They was like, okay, great. Okay. So we went on with this plan. They reached out this morning. Now it's Wednesday, and asked questions. I asked, were we still on? They assured me that we were. I later found out, before I tell y'all what I'm about to tell y'all, that the students caught wind of what's going on, because that goes to show you that the children didn't even know what was going on at the school. The students didn't even know until today, when my original live made the North Carolina Beat bloggers page. That's when a lot of the students found out, and a lot of the children took their frustrations to the internet to say that this isn't right, and that, let's be fair here, these girls should be kicked off the team, and all of that. And a lot of parents and a lot of friends and a lot of supporters emailed principals and things of that nature. And we wind up getting all dressed and prepared for supporters to come to our home, because he decided, since school was out today, it was no need for us to go to the school, and that we should do this at our home. We invited supporters because people were like, how can I support you guys? Let's be there for you guys. And we had a ton of supporters, and I want to thank you guys for even willing and risking to drive down here in the ice, in the rain. That means the world to us, and we are grateful for that. Our visit today was supposed to be at 3:30. 3:30. At about 3:05, I get a call that says that we can't do it. We can't do your story. Why not? Why y'all can't do the story? They said because they hadn't been able to reach the school, because school is closed, and they weren't able to get a statement from the school. I might not be the brightest of the bunch, but how many stories have you guys watched on the news where they weren't able to get the other side of the story? Or how many times have you guys seen where they say no statement was given, or they refused to make a statement? How many times? A whole lot. A whole lot. So I decided to go live. Since they wouldn't go live, I'm going to go live. And I'm going to try to answer the questions the best way I can. They did ask that I speak with the superintendent of Bryant School District. I sent her an email. She passed my email along instead of emailing me herself or calling. She passed my email along to an assistant secondary superintendent. And the secondary superintendent, she called. I did more talking. She did more listening. She said that she would investigate on her side, but again, it would be a few days before she was able to contact me. You know, she did. Yes, Christian, they did, but they said that they didn't know when they would be able to reschedule until the weather got better. Again, they still could have came and took the story. You wait to tell someone that 20 minutes before the story is supposed to be told. What a coincidence, huh? Anywho, y'all, I will advocate for Mallory with every ounce of breath in me. I will fight for her until it's right. This is bullying to the max. This is basically trafficking to the max. This is. And the school is so comfortable with saying, my hands are tied. I can only give them what I gave them. And you know what? They didn't tell me what they gave them. The girls decided to get on social media and crack a joke. That's what they did. They cracked a joke. Oh, 3 days of suspension. Oh, like it's funny. Whatever that means, that's what they said. Where's the remorse? There's not any. I don't want to, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you, Mal, as they tried to text her and tell her, I'm sorry, Mallory. Hey, Mallory, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean it. And you know that's not me. Hey, Mallory, can we talk? No, we don't want to talk. No, we don't want to hear I'm sorry. This is what I need. This is what I need for Bryant Junior High School, who I'm sure somehow is watching this live. This is what I need. I need for you guys to kick these girls off the team. I need you guys to give these girls an extended suspension because 3 days is not it. I need Bryant to tell these girls that they're not coming to the winter formal dance in a couple of weeks because they got OSS. I need the school to do a forensic review on these girls' phones because I know that it is in your power. I know that for a fact. I don't know how these girls and who they've sent it to, if that's the only photo that they done sent. No, the SRO didn't care. He didn't care to say, hey, brother, you know, I called the phone number to see, you know, if the man answered to let him know, don't call this phone anymore. Do you think he said that? No, he didn't. He didn't. Did you think he offered? No, he didn't. He said, girls gonna be girls. That's what he said. That's what they said. That's what they said. And then the principal, she says, well, you know, Miss Thompson, I think things kind of got blown up bigger than what they are. Can you elaborate? Can you tell me what you mean when you say it got blown up bigger than what it is? Well, they said that the girls started saying that it was a group picture sent, but it wasn't a group picture. It was an individual picture. Ma'am, do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? I asked her if it was her kid, how would she feel? If it was her daughter that they sent her picture out, how would she feel? She said, I would feel like you. You can't feel like me, ma'am, because you ain't black. You can't feel like me. See, we don't come from the same worlds. Mallory now has to walk around and wonder if the guy coming down the hall is the guy they decided to send the picture to. Now Mallory has to go to the store and almost hold her parents' hand at almost the age 14 because she just doesn't know if the picture has gotten to somebody who lives right here in Benton or Bryant. How fair does that seem? How fair does it seem? Can somebody help me because I'm confused. I can't follow their logic. Like, I'm trying to make what they said, I'm trying to make it make sense. I can't. Can somebody help me? Is there anybody that understands? I have gotten so many inboxes from incidents that have happened at Bryant School District. I said it the other day and I'll say it again. I like the curriculum. Mallory's never been in trouble. That's because her training started at home. Okay? If she's not an all A student, she's an AB student. She's the school ambassador. She's a cheerleader. She's the captain. Yeah. I brag. It's the truth. It's just the truth. Straight up. So I'm disappointed in the school district. I'm disappointed that the news bagged out because they couldn't get a hold of the administrators who are working today. It's a snow day. It ain't rained all day. It ain't raining now. They at home with their computers and they're working. Y'all asked me, did they call? Nope, they didn't call. You know what they did? They asked another parent if she can get me to come in to talk about the racism that I'm feeling that the school district has. Why y'all didn't call me? Why y'all didn't call me? I ain't hard to find. Ain't that what Deion Sanders said? I ain't hard to find. I can't stress it enough how afraid she is. Am I angry? I am. Am I sad? I am. Because I'm left with the pieces. Her dad's left with the pieces. Her grandparents are left with the pieces. You know, she has to go to school every day. They didn't kick these girls off the team. If it had been the other way around, Mallory would have been expelled, not suspended, y'all. She'd have been expelled. And it'd have been on the news. These people's parents would have gotten lawyers and all of that good stuff. All of that. And it's not fair. It's not fair at all. And I'm just disgusted by the behavior. But I must say this. And I mean it in the nicest way. And I'm going to even smile for you. If Mallory receives any type of backlash, I'm talking about the least little bit of backlash, y'all already know how I'm coming. I ain't playing. I'm coming. Y'all not getting off easy. We ain't gonna sweep this under the rug. We not gonna act like we all kumbaya. We're not. You owe her a public apology. You failed her safety. You breached the whole handbook. Everything in the handbook you broke. You broke your own rules. But our brown girls, we don't get the same. We don't get the same as the other girls. Did they moms reach out? Guess when they mama reached out? One of them. Today. I don't want to talk, ma'am. I don't want to talk. Your daughter was wrong. She was a part of the shenanigans. I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear anything that you have to say. And the fact that you had to text my daughter's phone because you said you didn't know how to get in contact with me when the coach for the cheerleading team puts us in a group email almost daily and you couldn't look up my email address. to email me, to contact me, but instead you contacted my daughter. You contacted my daughter and you said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for bothering you, but this is the only way I know how to reach your mom. You didn't say, hey, Mal, how are you doing? I apologize for my daughter on the behalf of my daughter, and I really hope you know that this is not how we feel. You didn't do that. You said I needed to talk to your mama. You know why she wanted to talk to me, y'all? Because they didn't want the news to come. That's why. That's why. Y'all, I could probably sit on this live and talk to y'all all day long, but I needed to come here to let y'all know that I guess Brian got that much pull that the news said, you know, hey, we can't do it. We can't come talk to you because Brian didn't give their side of the story because they wasn't able to reach them because today is a snow day. When I know for a fact that the administration, the superintendent, they're working from home. They have their laptops. They have their cell phones. They could have reached them. They could have gotten them. I know that for a fact. I'm gonna reiterate that trafficking is real. Abduction is real. Rape is real. And her dad and I, right here, we are very disappointed. And we have a whole lot of support that stands with us. And we hope that this story reaches the highest peak that it can reach. Mallory will never get the innocence, and nor will the other 3 cheerleaders. They'll never get that back. We can't rewind the time, but we have pieces that we now have to pick up. We now have to reassure her every single day that it's okay, and that she's going to be fine because she has us. That's what we have her to believe. Right, Jill. I've seen plenty of news stories too, where they end the story by saying they reached out to so-and-so and they could not get a comment. But today, they didn't give us that choice. I agree with you, Miss Yvonne. They really need to leave Mallory alone. This is crazy by far, y'all. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen or experienced. Like, I have gotten so many stories where people have shared what has happened to their daughters. I've gotten so many stories about things that just happened right here in the Bryant School District. Like, I'm not oblivious to where I live. I'm not. I know that. I know where we live. I know what this city is made of, where it comes from, what happened here, what's still happening here. I get all of that. But I needed to do this live to let Bryant Junior High School and the administration know that we won't be quiet. This won't end like you think it's going to end. I'm not going to just shut up. And I mean every word I say in the nicest, most respectful way. Kenneth, would you like to say something to the people?
Thank you, everybody, for the support, the inboxes, the calls. We're not going to be silent about this. The news station canceled. That's cool, because when y'all call us, we're going to cancel too. We can give our own story out. With Facebook, Instagram, we can give the story out.
Yep.
And it's going to get out.
Yeah. Y'all keep sharing for us.
We've been going, Brian. A lot of people saying, take your baby out of school. Got a Brian. For what?
Why we got to run? Why should Mallory run?
She started at Bryant, and when a 3-year-old program, and all the way up in 8th grade, she gonna stay at Bryant, 3-year-old program, all the way up to the 8th grade. She been on cheer, track now. She gonna do everything. She been on the school board committees, peanut butter drive.
She's represented the news.
They pick up the shoe drive,
everything,
clothes drive, you name it. The only person who used to beat us was the Evericks.
That was it.
The only person. We collect more peanut butter than Skippy made. And we're going to continue to do that and support. But one thing we ain't going to tolerate is bullying and harassment. Police try to sweep this under the rug. No report? Are you kidding me? No report was done? My daughter spent 90% of her time at school where she's supposed to be safe. You didn't even call me. You didn't have enough audacity to call and say, hey, look, this was going on. I did this. I got to call you and ask you for a report. A report? And you going to tell me, oh, brother, it's an information report. Really? Now let the shoe been flipped. Let Mallory would have done this to somebody else. I've been putting my coins together, getting a lawyer, get my baby out of juvenile. Expelled. But now it's cool. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. Okay.
All right.
We're ready. So that's fine. The news don't have to do the report, the interviews. Cool. That's fine. We're going to push the envelope on our side, do what we got to do. And then my thing is, this happened on Tuesday when we caught it. Thursday, when it came to the light. How long this been going on? Who is the Colton guy? Colton from Snapchat. Who is Colton? Colton be in the pickup line. I don't know nothing about Colton. Who Colton is? Who's to say when my baby in there getting dressed and these other babies in the locker room getting dressed in their panties and bras in the 8th grade that's starting to develop that no picture has been snapped?
Because these girls think it's funny.
Because it's funny. And then you turn around and put it on Snapchat. Thank God that the kids who are involved ain't weak or low self-esteem. Because I've been planning a funeral right now.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. A funeral,
Cool.
or we could be out looking for our kid. We could be sitting somewhere crying, looking for her because she done made it down I-40 somewhere with a complete stranger or somewhere laying in a ditch because these girls thought it was funny. And I guess Bryant administration feels like it's funny too because they keep wanting to give me, oh, tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll reach you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow. I'm going to investigate it. I'm going to do this tomorrow. If you saw a cell phone being passed around and multiple girls added this and multiple girls added that, because when the principal showed me Mallory's picture, she had a whole list, that she had to get to even get to Mallory's photo, because that was the only thing she would let me see was the photo. That, oh no, when I asked her, was Mallory dressed? Oh, yes, ma'am, she was dressed. Let me show you. This was all she gave me. That was it. It was just a picture of Mallory sitting on the desk that they snapped unknowingly without her permission. Do y'all know how much PTSD that my child could possibly be facing? Do y'all know? Does Bryant Junior High School know? You need to know. You gonna know.
Will know.
You will know. I don't know much more I can say without sounding, y'all get what I'm saying. I'm gonna end this live, but I had to go live because the news said they couldn't do my story. They said they couldn't do our story because Bryant Junior High School administration didn't have the opportunity, or they wasn't able to reach them today. How convenient.
And they not gonna respond. Brown School District gonna say no comments, unavailable for comments.
That is exactly what they're gonna say.
That's fine. That's cool.
That's exactly what they're gonna say.
Y'all keep helping us. Keep sharing it. Keep posting it.
And for those that are asking about an attorney, we're on it. No worries. We're on it. For those that keep, saying something about Bryant Police Department,
We on it.
we on it. Yeah. Right, Melanie. They was able to reach you today. How come they couldn't reach me? Yeah. How come they couldn't reach me? They was able to reach you, but they weren't able to reach me. How convenient. My number's been the same since Mallory's been in pre-K 3. It's been the same. So let's be fair to our brown girls, to our brown little boys. Let's be fair. Let's be fair to all. We love everybody. We don't discriminate. We're not racist.
Don't teach race.
We don't teach it. We love everybody. That's us. That's our middle name. It's love. We love everybody. So we thank you all for standing with us. Before you go, if you stand with us, if you could just leave us a brown heart to let these brown girls know that you are there, we would greatly appreciate it. Light this thing up with brown hearts. Brown heart, show me that you stand with us and you will support us in any way. We love you too. Now,
I could really go in on these young girls, if you want to call them that. I can already tell that their daughter is prettier, smarter, and more talented than them on that cheer team. and that they were making fun of her because they wanted to teach her her place. With that said, the way the school is responding is expected. White people protect whiteness. White people protect white supremacy. And the biggest perpetuators of that is white women and white girls. With that said, we already know that they're trying to put this in the closet and lock the door and make sure that it never comes to light. Our job is to make sure that that doesn't happen. And the best way to make sure that that happens is to apply as much pressure as we possibly can. I initially saw this story on Baller Alert, and one comment stood out to me. It says that sex, you know what, is heavy in Louisiana right now. And the girl goes on to tell a story about how her and her friends were being spied on by a Mexican man. I can tell you, as someone who does stories on Black femicide, the South, states in the South, are really a hotspot for sex, you know what. With that said, we really need to make sure that we get this story as much attention as we possibly can. I've decided to include a screenshot of the petition on change.org. The reality is that these girls should have been expelled. If the shoe was on the other foot, the black girl would have been expelled by now, and she would be facing charges. Furthermore, they would be on top of finding out who that photo was sent to. But because we're dealing with white supremacy says that you protect the assailants. You protect the biggest perpetuators of white supremacy, which is young white women, or white women completely, from any wrongdoing that they have committed. With that said, I have attached the link to the petition on change.org in the description box. Please sign that. Also, reach out to the news stations in Louisiana to ask them to cover this story, because what we want to happen is for those girls to get expelled. And we need to know who that photo was sent to so that we can make sure that that's not a predator, SA predator. And if it is, we need to make sure that we get that picture back. And we also need to make sure that we find out, how does he even know these young girls if he's an adult? There is a lot of research and investigation that needs to be done. And because the school is trying to cover up, sadly, we haven't been able to get very far. The family hasn't been able to get very far. And if you want, you can go on their Facebook page and leave them a brown heart. That seems to be something that they love. We can get this out there to the public, and we can get this school held accountable. However, this is going to require teamwork. And Black people, we need to make sure that we're working as a team, especially when it comes to our children. They are the future. Thanks for watching.